keep laughing at the fact that the one shot of a basket going in the net was not taken by either of us in that promo shoot that we did. But secrets for all of you. That's it.
Well, our shots were nothing but net. It kind of was like a little toilet bowl went down. No,
yeah, when you miss the rim and you just hit the net? Yeah. Like that was your shot, yeah. NBA Chatroom, back at it. It is Wednesday, which means we're here, youtube.com/sportsnet. If you're here and you haven't subscribed, you are doing it wrong, so hit the subscribe button. Also, then head to the right. That's the comment section. The show is interactive for a reason. We want your comments. It is a live, interactive show, the first of its kind in Canada, centered around the NBA, by the way, I should say.
Giving them a YouTube tutorial?
Well,
like
listen.
They're already on YouTube watching us.
Listen.
They got it.
Listen, you know how all those contests you have to have the legal disclaimer? I'm just getting out the important, informative stuff right now before we get into the entertaining stuff.
Forget mansplaining. You're YouTube-splaining the people who are watching us?
All right, we are your mans, Donovan Bennett, Faisal Khamis. Oh, come on, man. I'm just giving them a visual description. I was always told as a student, you learn better if there's a visual descriptor there. And so I'm just giving them the visual descriptor.
But if they're watching us on YouTube, they can see that the comments are on the right because they're already on YouTube. Continue.
Yeah, I will. There's a couple places actually to watch Sportsnet's Raptors coverage today because there's a Raptors-Kings game going down on Sportsnet 1 that tips off in about half an hour's time. Our Sportsnet pregame television coverage, where First Lady of the Digital Studio, Jamie Show, is part of. That is going down right now. So again, a bunch of options for you to get yourself in the know ahead of tip-off, which featured a couple Canadians.
Yes,
Corey Joe.
and the Kings are in the building. We don't really care about that, but Roy Rana is in the building. Corey Joe coming back to the
Buddy
Six.
Hield, De'Aaron Fox is pretty good.
Have you seen them play?
I have seen them play. It's pretty good for the Raptors.
They're not a league pass team.
But, and this might lead into our first headline here, let's actually get into it. It's the tip-off here on NBA Chatroom. I mentioned De'Aaron Fox, I mentioned Buddy Hield because they are two quick, active players that could cause problems for one Pascal Siakam. He has had some problems foul-wise so far this season, to the point where he's fouled out twice. Coincidentally, both of those foul-outs have come in the two Raptors losses against Boston, against Milwaukee. So much so, before we get your thoughts on it, his coach is kind of mad about it. Listen to Nick Nurse.
He hasn't been very smart, if you want me to be honest with you. Most of those have been fouls, and they're touch fouls that they're not calling on everybody, and they're not calling every trip up and down, but if you go back and by the letter of the law, they say, hey, he's got two hands on him. So he's got to take the two hands off him.
I got to be ready a little more, just like my readiness in terms of like defensively and being ready to help. Or I think it starts with that. You know, if you're standing straight up and down, you got a good chance to, you know, when the guys makes a move, not to, you know what I mean, to put your hands there or something, or whatever the case might be. So I think I got to be more ready.
Okay.
So Pascal could do no wrong for a lot of the last season and the early part of this season offensively, but when your coach says he hasn't been smart about that, it feels like it hits a little harder.
It certainly does, and this is not the first time we've heard Nick Nurse with some
call out some mans. Yeah.
Are you here for CNN condescending Nick Nurse? Let us know, because this is not the first time he's called someone out.
He's gonna add an initial to his hat instead of NN. It's gonna be CNN. Yeah.
The most trusted name in press conferences. Listen.
No, not that CNN. Sorry.
The guys he called out before were guys who weren't playing.
Yeah.
This is the best player on his team. Here's the thing. He's right.
Of course he's right. He's right.
You can be mean when you're right. That's the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing. It's not just the two games that he fouled out of, which you mentioned smartly that they lost. He has had 5 fouls at least in 4 of the 6.
Yeah.
So he's not been able to play heavy minutes because he's getting touch fouls early in ball games, and he's better than it.
To Pascal's credit, not at all absolving any of them. Like he knows this is a problem. He spoke about it earlier in the season. Was better for a game than wasn't. You mentioned the 4 games with 5 or more fouls. The 2 games he fouled out, he had 2 fouls in the first half of the first quarter, 6+ minutes. Playing Boston, playing Milwaukee, you need your best player on the court in those instances, and so we'll see. It is one of those learning curve things for Pascal Siakam. Sometimes you forget, he picked up a basketball 9 years ago, right? And the pace of the game is changing, the game is always evolving, and maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit of him in his own head. You know, he thinks he's a star player. He is a star player in a lot of respects. Refs don't see that yet, so you got to play to their strengths. You got to cater to them, and things get better. Now, for Nick Nurse saying he hasn't been very smart about fouls, I feel like some of the players can say the same thing about Nick Nurse when it comes to some challenges.
Yes.
I found it interesting that we wanted to talk about challenges, and I looked into the stats a little bit more, and I looked into the fouls that he was actually challenging. I'm like, Yo, Nicholas, what are you saying, my guy? So, are you here for Nick Nurse going the entire season without winning a challenge? I'm actually now intrigued at the subplot of will he ever win an NBA challenge?
Or will he just stop challenging?
Yeah, true.
I thought you were going to say that you were interested to see that we were talking about challenges and you looked into our pre-show Google Doc to see who put the topic in. Because that was me.
I know that was you. Because
I'm
it wasn't
here
me.
for
There's
the
two of us.
challenges.
I didn't have to look.
Right. And listen, I have beef with the rest because they're not giving Pascal Siakam the star calls that they deserve. But I also have beef with Nick Nurse because everything he challenged, I'm like, you're not winning this. Right? Like, not to make this soccer, but referees are only going to change things when they're looking at their own mistakes if they're what? Clear and obvious.
Yeah.
Right? Clear and obvious fouls the way we have in VAR. Well, NBA VAR is telling Nick Nurse that none of that was clear or obvious.
I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go with this, and so I gave it to you because you put it in the Google Doc and respect. I know you wanted to talk about it. What the hell do you want me to say? I actually want him to lose every challenge for the rest of the year. I think it would be amazing, and I wish there was some like stipulation in his contract. Like, I feel like we're gonna start adding coaches stipulations in contracts. You know how players get incentives based on certain things?
Yeah.
Like, you win X amount of challenges, you get X dollars more. Or if you lose X amount of challenges, look, next year's salary, like we're cutting that a little bit. Coaches will be a little smarter on when they throw that proverbial flag.
I've watched a lot of basketball. I barely see any coaches early in the season.
Yeah,
a couple weeks
it
in,
is early. They're tweaking.
winning challenges. But let us know in the comments what you think of him challenging and continuing to lose. Here's the thing. I honestly believe that we should go to the model of let him phone a friend. Ask somebody, should I challenge this?
The purpose is to make the game quicker.
Ask the audience. Just put it up on the big screen. Should he challenge this? 50-50.
So you're yelling at me for telling the audience to talk on a certain section, but you want these coaches to be like, yo, hold on. Who's up top? Like, yo, Luke Walton's gonna call Roy Rana and be like, yo, my phone's not connecting. There's some connectivity issues, like roaming. There's a lot of problems there, I think, as well.
First of all, if you have connectivity issues, you need to get on Rogers, right? You need to get that 3G. But we're trying to make the game interactive. Adam Silver can sell that time. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
All right.
50 years from now, it's going to be a thing.
All right, cool. I will let my kids let me know. No need to sell Monday's game. Kawhi Leonard, Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are in LA. First time they've played Kawhi and the Clippers since he obviously left to go back home. Game is on Sportsnet and Sportsnet 1 at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. It leads us to a larger conversation. I think one about the West in general. We know Kawhi has arguably been one of the top 2-3 players in the league so far this season. They're not the top team in the West right now. They're not the top LA team even. And we're not here to talk about load management. We're here to talk about the West right now and what storyline impresses you. So I'm going to start with the Lakers because after that first game against Kawhi's Clippers, you're like, oh man, maybe they're just not there yet. But then you realize, all right, it's Kawhi and the Clippers. Maybe they're just the best team in the West. The Lakers are pretty damn good. And LeBron making us all forget or making us all remember why he's as good as he has been for this long. Like 3 straight triple doubles. The team is atop the West. Like Anthony Davis is incredible. Danny Green's been a savior for them. I don't know. I feel like they're worthy of conversation.
We talk about all of these duos that got together in the offseason. The best one early has been them.
Yes.
D'Angelo Russell said about playing them, it's like you're playing a fantasy team.
Yep.
And he's right, because if you have those guys on your fantasy team, you're winning. And so the Lakers, other than the first game, are winning. The crazy thing is, when you look at the West, the other duos that have been good aren't those crazy free agent duos. It's Luka and Kristaps. That's
Ricky Rubio and Devin Booker, baby.
Apparently, well,
sorry,
actually,
Aaron Baines.
Aaron Baines.
Yeah.
Aaron Baines.
Put
Injuring
some respect
people
in Aaron
and hitting
Baines'
threes.
name. Yeah.
Aaron Baines. And so that's why the other thing to me is, well, how long will that duo be together? Because AD,
this was an interesting subplot this week, right?
Already being linked to Chicago. How is he being linked? Because he brought it up when
he
was
didn't
in
bring it.
Chicago.
So here, he didn't bring it up. He was asked at a Chicago Nike event if he has interest in ever playing in Chicago. Obviously, he said that in the past. He said Chicago's the basketball mecca of the world. He wants to play there. What's he supposed to say? Also, he's an unrestricted free agent. He's not just supposed to let the Lakers think now that it's all wrapped up, right?
He's supposed to say what Kawhi Leonard said for a year.
He's not Kawhi.
And that is nothing. And then eventually go where you want to go, and that's LA. Listen, he may play in Chicago. It might be in the Big Three and not in the NBA. But I just love the fact that Lakers fans are already worried about him leaving, and he hasn't even been there for a month.
The Lakers should be worried about the Clippers, and that's it right now. Speaking of the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, first game against his former team, the Raptors. That's on Monday, November 11th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet and Sportsnet 1. All right, see those comments I instructed you all to type in? There's a bunch of them. Let's get to them in our second quarter. All right, so no surprise, lots of Raptors-oriented questions coming in.
Yeah.
Let's start with one from Steve Lamb, who says, is Van Vliet good enough to take over as starting PG if/when Lowry is done? My first thought is no. I've never thought he was a starter-type point guard in that Kyle Lowry sense, in that goes to the rim, all controlled. He plays really solid defense. I don't think Fred VanVleet's that guy. He seems still to be a little bit reckless when driving to the rim. Doesn't have the finishing ability of Kyle, but he's certainly a good, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, game-managing point guard. So there are some attributes there that I think could make him a starter. I just don't see him as a Lowry comp yet.
As soon as you say I don't mean this in an insulting way.
Yeah, it's insulting, right?
You're
of
about
course.
to insult him. First of all, shouts to Steve Lamb, who's killing
the chat.
comments.
Killing
like, you
the
are
chat.
good enough
Yeah.
to host this show, my guy. Thank you for the question. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Because you know who wasn't Kyle Lowry when he was Fred VanVleet's age?
Yep.
Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
And right now, Fred VanVleet is basically a starter. He's playing 37 minutes. He's giving you
he is starting.
16
Yeah.
points and 7 assists and 4 rebounds and 15.1 PER. Like, he is giving you
Bruh,
point guard
what's-
level play.
Basketball reference up in your head?
Yeah, pretty much. I just
Jeez, yeah, all right,
quickly
for real
Googled it
though,
when
for
I-
real,
when I saw
real.
the comments. I mean, he's giving you above average NBA play right now, and he's still learning on the job. So when Kyle eventually retires, because I still think he has 2 or 3 years in him, I think by then Fred for sure will be able to take over the keys.
Best team in the West, not named the Lakers.
Dallas Mavericks.
That's from G Campbell 77.
Well,
by the
I mean,
way.
it's the-
Dallas Mavericks.
It's the-
I was just trying to like respectfully put in the name of the person who sent the comment before I actually listened to what you said.
Well, I mean,
what?
It's actually the Clippers. But I mean, if we're gonna, because I think they're the best team in the league. But aside from them, who has another duo like Kristaps and Luka?
Can I just say, big credit to the Phoenix Suns. The only team in the NBA right now with a top 10 offense and top 10 defense, and beating some legit teams in the process while losing other games by like 1.
Oh no, I'm listening. I'm just waiting for the comments where they make fun of you for saying the Suns.
So beat the Clippers, beat the Warriors,
for
beat the
saying
Sixers,
the Mavericks.
lost to the Jazz and Blazers by 1 point in each of those games.
Okay, so do you want to put something on it? Who has a better record by the end of the year, Mavericks or Suns?
You know what? I do.
No, but you
I
don't
do.
really.
I do.
You just want to talk, Doug.
No, I'll do it right now.
All right, there you go.
I say the Mavericks. Got it. Got it.
Well done.
No.
This is like our second bet
I
on
know.
the show.
I don't remember what the
We
first
three
one was,
don't
and I
either.
think I've won. John Levitt writes in, with Zion hurt, is RJ Barrett the front runner for Rookie of the Year?
No. Because even if Zion was healthy, RJ Barrett would be the front runner. Actually, I'm going to say it to this camera too. Even if RJ was healthy, even if Zion was healthy, RJ would be the front runner.
You want to figure out your words yet, or?
Yeah, because I'm
You
trying
okay?
to be like you and talk to him. I mean, yeah, I think he is. But actually, shout out Kendrick Nunn, undrafted, and in his first 5 games, more points than anyone else undrafted. He's a flyer. You?
Pascal on the Warriors. 38.
Oh, I was about to say,
Nah,
Pascal's a rookie?
Pascal, like there's different pronunciations.
Yeah,
I haven't
baby-
figured it out
baby
yet. but
Draymond is playing
yeah,
well.
Baby Dre. PJ Tucker comps coming from Steve Kerr today, so a lot of value there. So yeah, there's some good rookies, and they're doing their thing. We had a lot of fun with the Raptors. Let's get to that. It is halftime here in NBA Chatroom. All right, thank you again for your comments. As mentioned, there will be another segment within the show where we get your reaction. I imagine there will be a lot based on what we're about to do right now. The next couple things we're about to do. The first one is Pour One Out, where we, again, pay tribute to the homies who we lost in the NBA this week. You notice there's no cups. My shoes were too wet. I made a fuss about it, and here we are. Here we are, no water today.
There's got to be some water on here. Oh, Wendell Carter Jr. is a Bull. Colin Sexton's nickname is Young Bull. Head top. Pour one out for Wendell Carter Jr.
All right, shout out the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wesley Iwundu. Garbage time in Orlando. That's Thanasis. More like Thanos Antetokounmpo, making him disappear.
Wow.
And then bringing him back. Because, well,
and then
couldn't secure
just
the
in
ring.
your face, too.
And look at the reacts. Look at the reacts from bro. Look at the bro. Giannis
Yes.
is like, yeah, man. And then we got to pour one out for Giannis as
Pour one
well.
out for Giannis, though. Yeah, I mean,
I want you guys to pay attention to the Celtics bench here, okay? Look at my guy stand up here. It's like,
wasn't he working with Dirk's shooting coach? Like,
Yeah, but you know who's in his head? This guy,
wow.
the boy,
Wow.
Drizzy Drake. And if you think we were just going to play this for a couple seconds, you're wrong. Cam Reddish, what are you doing?
What is this?
All right, nice move, bro.
Is it though?
No.
Wasn't that a travel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Well,
7,
pour
9,
it out
10,
for
10
everybody that
steps?
had to see that. It was bad.
Oh,
Julius Randle.
jeez. I mean, like, Try and play some defense.
That's what I'm saying about De'Aaron Fox, man. He's quick like that, man. He does his thing.
Didn't they lose this game?
Yes. PJ Tucker. Getting yammed on by Ja Morant. We have to cut to this angle because look at his face.
He knows.
The face of a guy who's been defeated.
He knows. He doesn't know he's about to get ridden, but he knows.
Whatever heavy shoes he was wearing that day didn't lead to the elevation. All right.
What about Jackson Hayes?
Jackson Hayes is coming. Jackson Hayes times 2 is coming. Look at Kyrie though. And this is not even the best part of this because we had to ISO Russ here. Who's like, ooh. All right. Now pour one out for Jackson Hayes.
Ooh.
Oh, that's gotta
trying
hurt,
to celebrate.
Right?
And the funny thing is, he doesn't even care that he hit him. He's like, oh, my bad.
No, he's
Still
like, yo,
celebrating.
oh bleep, I'm gonna keep my hands up.
Well,
Jackson Hayes cared.
He was drafted higher than I was, so I can't do anything about it.
First foul on Zion Williamson this season. This is the funniest thing. Because we don't see stuff like this ever, all right? Josh Hart, who's becoming famous in these pouring out parts, hands the ball to Jackson Hayes to end the game. So Hayes gets the turnover stat and Hart does not. And Jackson Hayes is pretty mad about it.
Oh.
Remember this though?
Yeah.
Let's flash back.
Hart is going to be in this segment.
Every week. Got a good reaction face. Here he is.
He just doesn't take himself too serious, which I love.
Which I think this was a joke, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, we don't care. We're going to make it as real as possible and make him, give his own reaction to his face. Shout out Anthony Memmi for putting this together. Pour one out again for all the homies.
Pour one out for me.
Yo, where do you get?
Look how he flinched. Look how he flinched. It's empty, my friend. And even if it wasn't, it's just water. Pour one out for his reflexes. Pour one out for me. I need some water in this segment.
Well. I actually want to say pour one out to some of the Toronto Raptors as well. At Media Day this year, one of the things we did with them was get them to draw the original logo. The one from 25 years ago. We gave them 90 seconds. It was, well, here. Let's see what your drawing ability is like right now, Pat.
I gotta draw the logo.
You gotta draw the logo. Here you go, Norm. Do we have a different marker, or this one's cool?
Is that gonna be up there the whole time?
Yeah. You know what's going down now, right?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
All right, come here. Let's get this going. Raptors are celebrating their 25th season. That logo right there is the OG iconic logo.
Yeah.
Get in there,
okay? So you got 90 seconds.
To draw the Raptor logo?
Yeah.
90 seconds?
You got 90 seconds.
90 hours.
Draw the OG logo in 90 seconds. You have 90 seconds to draw that logo. I'll tell you when to start.
So what am I drawing?
You're drawing the OG logo as much as you can.
Whole logo?
Art was never my forte, but
Oh, that's okay.
I'm gonna give you my best effort.
It's not gonna make sense.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, now it's stressful. Now it's fourth quarter, game on the line. You ready? I'm gonna time you.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
I can't even do this, bro.
It is not promising. I like this strategy. Going with the outline first. Brontosaurus right now. That's good. Still a dinosaur.
Hey, this is sad, man.
Oh, these guys cutting off his tail a little bit.
You are 30 seconds in. You have 1 minute left. Doing okay?
I don't know.
You're cheating, by the way, but that's okay.
You didn't give me the rules, so.
That's true. You didn't listen, but that's fine.
No such thing as cheating if you didn't give me the rules, dog.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not cheating, you're not trying. AP English teacher told me that.
How was your English in AP?
Amazing, I passed.
You're at 30 seconds, 60 to go.
Where are we going here? 45 in, 45 left.
See, I'm the type of guy in class
Yeah.
where I would just take the thing and like
Trace it?
trace it.
Yeah, you're really a good tracer.
People don't know that unless you snitch. You a snitch?
There's video of everything. What do you mean am I snitching?
They don't see me doing this, man.
A little confused, but that's okay. It's pretty good. You have 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
I feel like we might run out of time.
That's his neck.
Yep, good.
7, 6, 5.
Where's his body?
4, 3, 2. Yo, pencils down. Pencils down. Show off your work to the camera, please. Show it off a little bit.
He's got the R.
So this is called R. Okay, smile to the camera. Show us your work.
this is hard. You know, exactly.
Do I get to say anything?
Yes, but you can say whatever you want.
This is my finished product in 90 seconds. I ran out of time. I'll be better next time, I promise.
I'm the best artist on the team, for real.
Yeah, which it shows too.
Y'all put me on a time limit.
It shows.
What's up, bro? Beef?
I'm standing here, bro. Stand.
So Casso, you gotta see where my mind's at. I gave you the time to think about what's supposed to be there.
You mean, you know, it's a natural draw, you know?
Give it a smile. Give it a little.
Come on, check me out. So when all else fails, bet on yourself.
Not bad.
Okay, doing some smack talk, are we?
Okay, well, they deserved it.
A lot of talk, not a lot of drawing. Well, let's see if you put that talk on the easel here, friend.
Yeah, I saw this happening while the piece was going on, so I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh,
so
yes.
I am not happy about this because art was my least favorite subject in any level.
What was your favorite subject?
Gym. Okay. And math. Big math guy. I have 90 seconds or what?
60.
Why?
60.
Oh my
Gotta
god.
keep the show moving. We got a game to get to.
Yeah, but the Raptors had 90 seconds. That's why I smack talked them.
Remember,
Okay, when do I
Raptors
start?
Kings coming up after us.
3,
Oh my
2,
god.
1.
Okay, so Bart Simpson so far. Time management, not a strength.
Bro,
45.
I already spelled. That's a P. Just get
You
that
haven't even
out.
started the dinosaur.
Bro, relax, man.
I'm quite relaxed.
I saw this happening live in front of me. I have a see, I knew I wanted to go this way and I already messed that up.
Is it like in
30.
school where if you don't finish, like you get 0, like it's an incomplete?
Oh god damn it. All right, we're just gonna do a little outline here.
15.
That's the basketball guys. Yeah.
You don't even want to see what these comments are saying.
He's jacked. Oh, okay. This was supposed to be the mouth.
5.
Yo, wait,
4,
wait.
3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Pencils down, cheater.
Okay.
Relax, move. Let the people see it. Let them see your work. Get out of the way.
It was just missing a circle.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? It's not terrible.
Where's his other hand?
Bro, one hand is like here,
Behind
but
his back?
there's no. There's
Behind his back.
I'll sign it because that's what I made them do. I'm not gonna be happy about this though. All right, well, I will pass this off then because I'm not the only one doing this. You know that, right? You had to know this was coming.
Okay, so I mean,
Flip the paper.
art was also my least favorite subject.
Yeah,
in
no.
school.
We talked about a smack. Should I move seats? Let me move seats. Make this easier for you here, okay? I'll just hover in the background here as you go do your thing, all
Where are you
right?
going? Oh, we lost the logo.
Gonna
That's
sit
all right.
here and pretend like I was doing this real with the Raptors.
All right.
How you feeling, big guy?
Clock.
I mean, listen. Do we need to bring this back? I don't feel that much.
All
under
right, all right,
pressure.
all right.
2, 1.
Did you just get rid of the picture? You don't even care.
Don't even.
First of all, it's not a circle. It's not. Okay, he's just gonna. What are you saying? What are you even saying?
God, you didn't say which logo. That's the claw
Yo, we
logo.
said
You
That's
said-
original.
we literally
claw
said the whole
logo.
piece
That is
was
the
predicated
Raptors.
on one logo.
I have time to spare.
What?
I have time to spare.
That's
Thank
good,
you.
because we were running heavy anyways, and you saved us 30 freaking seconds.
Hey.
What the
I'm
hell?
the producer's best friend. I'm also part of the group of 7. Holla at your boy.
Oh my
Holla
God,
at
man.
Your boy. Listen, details matter.
Details matter. You drew a circle.
Look at the
You
details.
drew a whole circle.
The claw logo. And let's be honest, it's the best one.
Fittingly, comments are next. Let's go straight. You know what? I'll let the time expire just so people can see how much time you wasted just trying to be funny.
Amen.
Now, let's get into the third quarter and take some comments. Oh my God, man. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, there's a very simple assignment. Like in school, you can't just write your own answers to questions in your head. There was a very clear question here, and you would have failed.
I think outside the box If you want that framed, just hit at me on Twitter or in the comments. I got you. That's a 1 of 1. 1 of 1.
Britton writes in, is Pascal en route to becoming a legitimate 1A option on a championship team? I'd argue he is the one option right now, and I'm not saying this Raptors team is a championship team, but if they succeed, it's going to be because of him on offense.
Yeah, that would be the question. Are they a championship team? What else do they need? And will they have to bring in someone else to usurp him to be that 1A person to get to that level? But is he en route? Yeah, I mean, there's no detour. He is trending that way, no doubt.
So I wonder if they do bring somebody in, who the piece that goes out is.
Sorry?
Yeah, but that's 2 years from now. We're not here right now.
My bad.
Should the Raptors trade Gasol is our next question. Marc Gasol.
For what?
Yeah. He hasn't playing very well right now. Respectfully, he's not.
He's
still
not.
a very smart player. Still does a lot of really good things on the court. Just not producing offensively right now.
I will say this: if there's going to be a deadline move, because I thought this year was going to be a free for all on players, a don't pay a cent event. If one guy were to move, he would be the guy.
Okay. Did the refs totally call the game against the Bucks in favor of Giannis or what? Fouling up Siakam steady.
Yes, but you know what? Giannis is a superstar. Get used to it.
Wait,
like that's
yes?
what happens.
Yes?
Well, I mean, like,
are you here for ref conspiracy? Like, you're better than this,
I'm not
right?
going-
Like, you're better than this.
No, I'm not going Donaghy, but the star calls are a real thing.
Jeez.
What?
You're not fixing the game, bro. Like,
No, but star calls are a real thing. Kobe got calls. Shaq got calls. Giannis gets calls.
Also, look, my point about Pascal is this. If his coach and him are both admitting that there's something wrong with how he's doing, maybe it's just him. Maybe it's not time to bring in the refs in this one and start, having conspiracy theories blow up everyone's face, man. That's it.
I will say this, though. Giannis, like Shaq, is a tough guy to officiate because he's just bigger and stronger than
And
everybody
he travels all the time.
else. That would be James Harden.
All right, let's move on. It is time for the fourth quarter. It's one of our favorite sections for the culture. We've cut it down this week because we had some fun with this one. Now, I don't know if you heard the Pop clip this week about how he wishes coaches could just wear sweatsuits instead of actual suits. And I'm here for that as well because I wish I could just wear the comfy tech fleece all day, all night.
As am I.
We probably actually could. Graham, could we do that? Okay, maybe.
That's a no.
We'll get there.
Can we get that done in baseball as well?
Just have everyone, like, why is the guy wearing an actual jersey? Anyways, so we thought we'd have some fun with this. Photoshop some suits on, sweatsuits on some of the coaches. There is Pop.
Oh.
Comfy Pop. That's the Pop that wouldn't yell at you post-game. I know that.
Look at
Woo!
Pop. He was showing off some
Go
ankle
on,
before.
Pop. Go on with your bad self, Greg Popovich. Look at my guys.
Quadruple XL. Dwayne Casey still in the early 90s.
Yeah, that Gucci drip.
Gucci.
My guy's making enough coin where he could have that mad Gucci drip. Yeah, no, look, I'm here for it. Yeah, see, that works.
The Photoshop game was nice because even the hands were the correct complexion, which I always look at.
Nick Nurse, this just feels very Nick Nurse.
This feels very Woodbridge is what it feels like.
All right, so which one's your favorite?
Has to be Pop. Has to be.
I like the Dwayne Casey. Can we get a little side by side
Well, that's
of the
because
two of them?
that's for the real ones. Like if you know, you know.
That's it, right? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I know that all coaches would probably love this more than their current suit game that they're wearing. Although some coaches are really stylish. Nick Nurse amongst the best ones there. So that's all I gotta say.
Is that Sean John?
Bro, what you know about the Sean John
is that
velours?
velour?
What you know about the Sean John velours? The vocal? Bro.
What you know
the
about the
Nelly?
fact that Dwayne Casey is shopping at Winners?
Listen,
Shout out to Dwayne Casey with the Sean John.
Winners, man. I've been there a lot lately. All right.
Oh, we all have.
Let's keep this going. It's Canada basketball night at the
Yes.
Raptors game. We're going Raptors Kings on Sportsnet 1. So let's do a little Canada segment in our overtime. Usually we both pick an NBA player of the week. That's
Right.
NBEH, NB Canadian A. We both kind of have the same one for very similar reasons, so why don't you hit it?
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett.
Holla at you, boy. Listen, I am caping for him very hard, but the fact that he is amongst the leaders in the league in minutes.
Fourth. It's a problem, I think, no?
Why? Who else do you want to see play basketball
No,
for
there's
the New York
but there's a
Knickerbockers?
difference in having him play and then him still on the court with the team down 20 and 4 minutes left in the game.
You gotta learn,
that's just,
son.
Nah, that's just an
You gotta
abusive
learn,
minute.
son.
He's learning from sitting on the bench.
Hey, Fizdale saying take these minutes for data, but also leads the league in miles run per game. Shout out to RJ who's doing this stuff.
I just think it's going to become a pro. I know everyone's here for, oh, he's 19, like he can play, but there's no reason to play him in those situations. That's all
One of the
I was
biggest
saying.
topics right now is load management, and
No,
people
I
are
know.
upset that stars in big games, which we have tonight, are sitting like Kawhi, and you're saying a rookie is playing too much?
Bro, listen, those minutes add up. Those knees, they get the effect of that, no?
He's getting those numbers up. Good for him.
Final thoughts here on NBA Chatroom ahead of Raptors Kings. I just want to remind everyone, the game does tip off in a few minutes on Sportsnet 1. Raptors Kings. We also have the Kawhi game, the return. After this promo, I'll talk about that promo. Because Kawhi is taking on the Raptors. We hope.
Yes.
Hopefully not load managed against the Raptors.
Imagine.
Because sitting today, playing tomorrow, and then their next game is Monday against the Raps. So
You thought Sid Sixero was mad about load management last year? Wait, if he's load managed this year, I think Sid will not be the only one that'd be upset.
Dwight Schrute in the comments says load management works. I completely agree. It's why the Raptors won a championship. And so I'm not mad at it. I'm here for teams taking care of their stars so the postseason they're as healthy as possible because that's what we love.
I think I need to manage my load.
Go home.
I want to go watch the game.
Actually, yeah, game's coming up. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/sportsnet. It is the NBA chat room. Donovan Bennett and myself. Enjoy the game, everyone.